that. Might not. We got one did back then. Trucks. Like 5 years. The desert was deep.
I know, the stones were like this big around.
I got a picture from the next day. Next morning, it was still this much like piled.
The hailstorm and that little part of Sterling.
Yeah.
Where we live.
It was unbelievable. Good, the adjuster came out, he had to work at my truck route on, that working on a job site, he comes out. He says, well, I wouldn't put a claim. $60,000 truck down. He says, well, your insurance will go up. I'm like, no.
Not supposed to, not for an act of God, not supposed to do
It's
that.
just like, I've never had a claim for work and never.
Right.
And then he doesn't wanna dish out.
Makes you feel really good about the insurance company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay
It's
your premium.
Yeah, they want their money, but they don't wanna,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, we're on Candy Camera now, huh?
Yeah, we're ready to roll. Okay. Good evening. Tonight's our Sterling Inland Wetland and Watercourse Commission. It's our regular meeting. We're at Sterling Town Hall Municipal Building. Today is Thursday, July 24th, 2025. We're at 1183 Plainfield Pike in Unico, Connecticut, room number 15. The time is 6 p.m. I can call this meeting to order. Tonight we have with us Commissioner Hawkins, Commissioner McGarry, and Commissioner Gunn, and alternate Commissioner Sansone. Along present with us is our recording secretary, Melissa Bradley, and our first selectman, Lynn Cooper. Item number 2, pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are you here for an application, for the application?
Yes, sir, yeah.
Okay. No real audience of citizens. We're going to move on to number 4, approval of minutes. Everybody have an opportunity to read the minutes? We have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Denied? No. Yeah. Item number 5, any correspondence? Joe's not here, so I take there's the correspondence. Unfinished business. Number 6, application number 25-04 by Charles W. Corson at 160 Sterling Road. That is 3830-27-15 for the location. Map, block and lot. Please.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing? Is this okay to set up here?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. For the record, I'm Dan Blanchett. I'm a licensed civil engineer and surveyor. I work with J&D Site Designs out of Thompson. I'm here tonight on behalf of the applicant, Charles Corson. Just to clarify, the 160 Sterling is his mailing address. The site is actually located just west of here on 14A. It's right across from the south end of Church Street. So here's Church Street coming down 14A, and here's lot 15. a quick summary, Mr. Corson wants to obtain a gravel permit to operate a quarry operation here. The site had been previously quarried in a different area, and actually this application, I understand, had been approved in 2006. It was never constructed, the permit's expired, but basically our intent is to get a new permit for that old work, which again was done by Mr. Messier, yeah, in 2006. So sheet number 2 is the boundary survey. I did get a lot of surveying data from Messier's associate, but we went and did our own survey to verify that things hadn't moved. Here's a boundary survey, it shows the abutters. Again, here's Church Street here. This hatch is the area that had been excavated before, and this is the area we're proposing to excavate or quarry. The area is about 3.8 acres. To the site plan, this is really my grading plan, my ENS plan. Again, as it was a quarry before, there's a really good access road. It's very stable, it's not rutted out, it's not eroding. We will put in a paved apron for DOT standards and an anti-tracking pad, but for the most part, the existing access is in very good shape. I'll draw your attention to a couple wetlands. Right here, there's a small valley of wetlands. Again, it's in that excavated area. I believe it was man-made. I'm not sure when that quarrying was done. But yeah, so there's a wetlands here. And then at the south side of property, there's also an intermittent water course that eventually drains into Cedar Swamp Brook.
What's your scale on that map?
This is 50 scale. So again, yeah, the water course is in blue, the wetland soil is in a dashed line, and then this pink line is the upland review area. You can see there's really not much work proposed within the upland review area. I estimate there's about a 1/4 acre of work plus a small amount of erosion controls.
Do you have a detention basin or some kind of water management on it? Is it needed?
As it's a quarry, it's hard for me to make a basin. You know, I'm required to have certain distances to bedrock and groundwater. I thought about that. I tried a couple different things. I don't think we can have a drainage basin or a settlement basin per se. I do have a very robust erosion control all around the perimeter. If you talk about drainage or erosion to this side, south, you know, the cut is going away from that. So all the water is really coming into here. So I'm not too worried about erosion into here. Again, everything's flowing away from here. Erosion towards this is a concern. You'll see everything's kind of come to the center and down. And so what I've designed is a stone berm backed by silt fence or hay bales. And I also have a detail here for the stone berms. You can see there's almost like a stone wall, like geotextile fabric, and then stone aggregate. And I'm confident that that's going to capture any kind of sediment. I don't expect there to be a lot of sediment once they strip the topsoil, but that'll capture any sediment, just in case there's also going to be a line of silt fence or hay bale below that.
Or do you see that you are actually transferring the water as a conduit along the silt fence to a certain point? Look at the grading and everything else. The water
Yeah.
doesn't come in perpendicular to the silt fence always. So
Not always, no. It's will tend to pool here at the lowest height of it. But you know, the stone barrier is fairly permeable. It's gonna have crushed stone, geotextile, so even though the water is not coming exactly straight down, water will balloon through that, but will capture all the sediment before.
how deep are you gonna dig?
Excellent question. My maximum cut is 40. I think it's about 18 feet.
18?
18, yes, sir.
So you have enough depth and everything else that if you needed a sediment basin, and then kind of answered your question, right?
According to the soil maps put out by the Natural Resource Conservation Service, they estimate about a foot of dirt before bedrock. And so there's very little soil there. All that soil will be stripped in phases, of course, stockpiled here with additional silt fence. And then as part of the restoration phase, once all the rock is removed, however much dirt we took off, whether it's 6 inches, 18 inches, now all that'll be spread back here and it will be loamed and seeded.
So your quarry and everything, excuse my ignorance of this matter and everything else, but your quarry it's solid rock, it's not sand and gravel.
It's not sand and gravel, it's almost solid rock.
Okay.
There could be a little bit of blasting involved, which is kind of an issue we might have to deal with on the zoning side of things. And speaking with Charlie, he said it's fairly loose. Whatever kind of stone it is, it kind of comes in plates or sheets. And for the most part, they can either just hammer it or rip it up with an excavator.
So there's no gravel excavation here to speak of.
No, there's no dirt being removed from the site. It would all be stone. Any dirt that we have would be stockpiled and used for restoration.
Any questions for him?
Where is the inlet going into? Because there's gonna be trucks in and out of here, where is the, again?
So that's right here. Here's the access road. Again, it's really in quite good condition. We will again have to upgrade it. There's some sightline issues to deal with on DOT side. For the most part, it's in great shape. I could drive there with my Honda, two-wheel drive Honda tomorrow.
And you're just gonna, as the excavator's down, he's gonna ramp up to get out of it, in and out of it.
Exactly, yeah, of course. You can see it's too steep here.
Yeah, so
That
there's
is
not gonna be
temporary.
anything on the southern or lower end of that where he's gonna need to.
No, sir, no. You would have a temporary grading road
Yeah.
here. It wouldn't make sense to come down this steep slope.
That's
And actually-
over there, okay.
Exactly, and actually, this is all ledge. This is solid rock. It's almost a cliff.
Yeah.
And so it wouldn't make sense for him to try and come down towards the wet.
Okay. So it's gonna stay the way, he's gonna be entering in that way.
Yes, sir.
It's done, yeah.
So you have that ledge between your pit and the water course?
Yes, yep. I'm not sure if that was excavated or natural. I know this area was excavated before, but there's a big chunk of ledge here.
How big of an excavation, how many acres are you?
The area we're excavating is 3.8 acres. I estimate the volume of stone at 75,000 cubic yards, which is pretty small. A lot of gravel quarries have millions of cubic yards.
So what's, I see a lot of grades and everything else, I don't have it in front of me, but what's the difference between where you enter to the bottom there? Where are you gonna leave it? How deep? Could be 18 feet difference from,
Roughly, yeah, I mean, it'll be shallower at this end, it'll be steeper up here. Yeah, roughly 18.
so when you're all done and everything else, it's just a ground,
Pretty much.
you do any restoration work, planning on it?
We'll loam and seed the disturbed areas, but because it's solid ledge, it's almost impossible to design it for a future septic system or future utilities. I know normally we like to restore gravel banks so that you can use them for a building, something. And in this case, again, there's an existing quarry here, it's solid rock.
Well, it's outside of our area and everything else, but it's to prevent some erosion. Of course, I know it goes in the other direction and everything else. But you should always get something grown on it.
Absolutely.
Just to keep the dust down, better for the air pollution and everything else that you have around. And then if there's a flash flood, you don't have to worry about it blowing out as much.
100%, and I have a whole page of notes that talks about temporary erosion controls, phasing, permanent restoration, temporary loading and seeding. You probably don't want me to read through all of that right now, but it's on the plans.
So the excavated area is gonna be down approximately 18 feet, that's just gonna be ponding later for the most part.
Ponding?
You're gonna bring it down, is it gonna be, will drain out anything?
Yes, that's a good question. Okay, yeah, it will be able to drain out. At the end, we'll have a consistent 1% slope coming down. We shouldn't have any ponding or pools or
Okay.
puddles.
And then you're gonna have that rip wrap or whatever, stone wall is gonna be in place for any, to hold back anything.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It's basically gonna drain up to it anyway.
Right. Yeah, we'll take out the silt fence, but the
Yeah.
stone will probably leave in.
Any other questions? is under unfinished, business, we had it last month, so we can take a vote on it.
Yeah, I apologize for not being here last month. I was up in Maine on vacation and I had some embarrassing technical difficulties with my laptop.
That's fine. We couldn't move on it last month anyway, so you're right.
Was
Right
Char-
on time.
Was Charlie here last month? Yeah. Okay, good.
More questions? All those in favor of approval of this application?
Aye.
Opposed, anybody? It passed, everybody's in favor, no opposition. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
At least through your wetland. So,
Exactly. I think zoning's
look
gonna
forward to
be,
the other ones.
DOT and zoning will be more of a fight, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, that's kind of it for us in a way, no new business.
So, application for, unloading. That was last month.
Yeah. That last meeting, I put on the agenda. Okay, this is this one. All right, no new business, item number 8, agent reports. No, Joe's not here, so I guess, Joe didn't leave you anything, okay.
Yeah. What? Anything on the, anybody on, join the commission? Anybody hear anything, have you gotten anything like people wanting, joining the commission?
Haven't had any applicants, no.
No,
Yeah, we're down to there, right now and everything else, pretty much.
TSA background check for the application, and, is that right?
Nobody's come forward.
Okay. Then what about?
Mr. Chairman, would you like to have a report on that culvert that you agreed to last month?
A report, I'm sorry.
Would you like to have a report on that culvert that you approved last month? That's been completed.
Oh, that's,
All done. I was telling, Mr. Sansone a few minutes ago that that was done in 3 days, from Monday to Wednesday night. Wow. And it's complete. They cleared out of there on the Wednesday, Thursday morning.
done
It's done very, very professionally, and it just, everything we expected, it just was done very well.
Great, great. Oh, that turned out well then.
Roads back together and everything, huh? All the, curbing, they're able to retrieve that out of the,
That's gonna come at a later date. What we're gonna do is we're going to hire Atlas Fence to go in there and put guardrail on both sides of that road.
oh, there,
So that'll prevent anybody from doing the 8-foot drop into the water on either side.
Sure.
It should have been done years ago, but that's what's gonna be there. It'll narrow the road just a little bit, but it's gonna be much safer. So, very, very successful project.
Good, thanks for the update on, what we approved last month. That was the, Snake Meadow Hill Road, the Twin City Two.
I wish all the projects had went that smoothly. I really did.
Yeah.
That one just did. They just,
Permission to look at this one. All right. Number 9, any other business? Anybody have any other business they want to bring in front of this commission? Okay, then we'll move on to item number 10, adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All those in favor? Opposed? So carried. We are adjourned.
I saw it the other day on the road. Did you? I did,